What's up, guys? Welcome to a Sunday Night Thoughts, actually on a Monday because it's Martin Luther King Day. Had a great 3-day weekend with the fam. I'm going to share a little bit about what we did today and yesterday, and then also going to dive into a quick review for you guys. You'll notice some different lights and got a little B-roll. I'll show you. Got a new LED strip set up, put it behind the desk, put it behind the bookshelf, which I've always kind of wanted to do that. And yeah, let's just do a little review of the Mercury Innovations Smart Wi-Fi LED strip. Walmart, 20 bucks. Not as expensive as the Philips Hue stuff, which I've got a ton of, but I saw these, picked up 3 boxes. I'll get a little bit more into which ones I'm using, how they're working so far, and hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Okay, so before I get to the review real quick, quick rant. All right, so right now I'm using the, oh man, whoo boy. All right, I'm using the Rode Video Micro, okay? And I'm getting a lot of reverb in this room. I've been shopping for mics. I'm thinking I've got a lav, but I'm thinking I'm either gonna pick up the Deity, D3 Pro with the location kit, so I can put it on a boom, or the Samson CO2. If you've used either of these mics, the CO2, I think it's called, comes in a 2-pack, so then I can put one at the office and then keep one here at the house and then use both of them whenever I need. But man, it's just a wicked reverb, so I'm having to get super close to where I feel like the audio is good. And then look at that. All right, so that's number one, audio. The other thing is I'm using my little Aputure light that I've showed in the past review when I did the camera bag. So that's gonna work for now. I am in the market for another light or two. Actually, probably one would just be fine here in this office. But I noticed that especially with these LED lights, really throwing off the white balance. So right now I think I'm using daylight, but no more auto white balance. That's something that I'm finding just was going crazy as I was preparing to shoot this. So that's it. But if you have a recommendation, if you like the Deity, whether it's the S Mic 2 or the D3 Pro, or you've tried those Samson, like $100 for 2 super cardioid, I think, condenser mics. If you have any suggestions or tips, or if you just use a lav, let me know. Interested to see what your thoughts are, because this audio is definitely not the best. The room's not soundproofed. Maybe I'll throw a blanket up or something behind the camera, see if that helps, but that's it. There's my little gear rant for today. Let's get into the review of the Mercury Innovations LED strips. Okay, so as I mentioned, I have probably 5 or 6 Philips Hue LED bulbs around the house. I've got 2 in the living room, 2 in the master bed, 1 in the master bath, 1 in the son's room, the really cool dimmer switch that goes on the wall. Big fan of these lights. They're LEDs, they save money, they last forever. Really good quality build. So that was something I was worried about if I went away from the Philips brand and bought something else. Frankly though, with all the things that I have to buy, not only for business, for family, and then any other gear that I want to add, I just didn't want to drop 150, 200 bucks on LED strips. So when I was at Walmart with Lincoln the other day, I had just his boys' day, right? We went out to Walmart, had to get some things, and got him an easel for his birthday, so I needed to get some paper for his easel. Anyway, so I saw these things. That's what they look like right there. You've probably seen LED strips before. Coolest thing, and I actually picked up something I'll do a review on in the coming weeks, I got to use it a little bit more, the Google Hub. So it's basically got the LCD screen on it, or LED, not sure what type of screen it is. That's now in the kitchen. I've got, can't see it back here, but I've got a little hidden Google Home back there. Okay, Google, what's my name?
Your name is Big Daddy.
I don't know if you heard that. Okay, so I've got hidden Google Home there. I've got the little Google tiny things all throughout the house. Every bedroom have a JBL speaker in the main room, the living room, that also has Google Assistant built in. I'm an Android guy, so it just makes sense. But this works with Google Homes or Google Assistant, Alexa, and Cortana. I don't know if anybody's using that. But as I said, 20 bucks. Let's see if I can find the length on here. 78 inches. So what is that, like 6 feet? Something like that. Spans the whole part of my desk and goes all the way up and then on the top of the shelving system there. What I really didn't want to do is have to cut it. So thankfully I didn't have to do that. Let's get into what's in the box. Then I'll show you the app. Okay guys, here's the app. Really isn't, there you go. All right, so the coolest thing is that you can group these lights. So right now I have a desk light and a bookshelf light, and then they're all grouped as the office group setup within the Genie app is what they call it. So with the lights grouped, just simple slider on the color bar, boom, we're green, boom, we're blue, boom, we're red. Then there's some other things that you could do. So let's see, scene. Now, unlike the hue, I don't think the scenes are as good, but for 20 bucks a piece, not really that worried about it. Here's a rainbow theme, so it'll cycle through colors. Let's see, more just like a normal reading light if you wanted that. Night, let's see, rave. All right, so you get the picture. But biggest feature I like for these is just the ambient light. I can warm it up. And I've got some cool stuff on the bookcase that I just kind of like to display. Some of it's really old antique stuff, some of it's not, just looks cool. Just adds some really cool look to the room. And then my office is basically a study right off of our living room. 2 double doors, they're typically open so people can see in here, and it just kind of highlights the desk, the whole setup. Totally love that. But so far so good. App hasn't crashed. And then I have linked everything in Google Home. So, okay Google, turn the office lights off.
You got it, turning off
Boom.
the lights.
Okay Google, turn the office lights on.
You got it.
That's simple. You gotta love the simplicity of this, and the build quality, not too bad. And again, app hasn't crashed on me yet. So that's a big plus. Okay guys, I'm not a desktop review guy, but I'm gonna give this a shot. Just show you what's in the box. Now, as I said before, I bought 3 of these. Here's the deal. You can kind of see the ones behind the desk now. That's the second setup. You already saw the ones over on the bookcase. That's the first setup. Why do I have this box here? I picked up 3 sets. This is the only 3 that they had left. And the first setup with the bookcase, those were perfect. The third setup, actually the second setup, were the desk lights, and pulled the desk out, got everything kind of plugged in, started using the app, and they lit up, and then they started flashing, Well, turns out I think that set, which happens to be this set here, which is why I've got the receipt, were kind of faulty. So what's in the box? You get a little startup guide, simple stuff, super easy startup. Comes on a little wheel like this, like a film strip wheel. I don't have that anymore. Here is the light strip. So it's got some 3M stuff on the back. You just peel that off and then stick. The problem with this set was either, if I can get this to focus, these little pins here and the wireless receiver. So unlike the Hue where you need a bridge, each one of these, let's see, get this to focus. Each one of these strips comes with its own Wi-Fi hub. Now, let's see if you can see this. You've got these little tiny brittle pins in here. And the way it works is one end is a power end, which happens to be this one. Not sure if you can see. But it just shows like a little plus 12 volts or 12 watts. 12 volts. Okay, plugs right into here. The problem on this setup here is that this connection was loose. And when I pulled it apart, only some of the pins, which I assume ground, red, yellow, or sorry, red, green, blue, power, ground, that's it, white, I don't know. In any case, some of these broke off. And so that basically rendered, I tried to fix them. I took a screwdriver, put it in here, straightened it out, and they just easily broke right off. So at that point, this setup was shot. But this is what you get in the box. The light strip, the hub, if you will, and your power supply. And then your hub actually comes with some screws and stuff that I don't have. I set those aside. And then like a little tack strip. So if you don't want to use the app, you don't need to. You can just press the button here and it'll cycle through the different scenes that I showed you earlier. So rainbow, flashing, different colors, etc. You definitely want to use the app, but you don't have to just to get them on or off or cycle through their different settings. So hub, light strip, power supply, and that's basically it. I hope you like that review of the Mercury Smart Wi-Fi LED strips. Hope that's helpful to you. You don't have to buy the most expensive ones. I wouldn't buy the cheapest ones. I've seen a bunch of fries that I just stayed away from. Amazon, I'm deathly afraid of returning things that I buy on Amazon. So I don't buy stuff that I know is gonna work. $8 at Aldi for a little wink emoji. Sure, why not? No big deal. Last and final thought for Sundays. What do you guys do the night before you're going back to a big work week? One of the things I'm thinking about is starting to just I write out my schedule every day. Every morning I do something I learned years ago called planning in solitude. So what I typically do is I write down my entire day in the morning. But Sunday nights, in addition to doing Sunday thoughts and this vlog, I'm just thinking about writing out my entire week and then some maybe bigger picture things that I want to do. I find that it's so easy to get caught up in the race once Monday morning starts that the bigger picture goals sometimes get behind all the urgent and important things that you're trying to do throughout the week. So if you're doing something like that and you've got a cool system or you think that writing everything out on Sunday nights helps, let me know. Start to hear your thoughts. One last thing I just wanted to say is that this lighting is not bad. So basically I've got my tripod, just the travel Manfrotto cheap action tripod, right? Then I've got my 6500. On top of that, I got my Field World monitor with the video micro, which actually doesn't sound too bad. It's more the room. And then on top of that, I've got my Aputure light mounted on a ball mount with like a cell phone holder, holding that thing in. The lighting's just not too bad. So if you like the lighting, let me know. Maybe I don't need to buy an Aputure or something just yet. All right, that's it. Seriously, see you later. Good night. Have a great week. See you next week. Bye. Oh, and I just almost kicked over my whole tripod setup. Thanks. See you later. Bye.